What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. You guys know that I don't gossip. I mind my own business, so except when there is fire on the mountain. It's been real in Nigeria. Do you guys know that the senators threatened to impeach my president? Hey, my president. Hey, not just any senators, the PDP senators from Mr. President's party. I said, what happened now? You know, I started calling all my friends. What is going on? Why are these people threatening my oga? It's not that I'm nosy. God forbid. I'm just very curious here. Listen to what the senators were saying. By the time we start impeachment proceedings against Goodluck Jonathan, he will sit up and do the right thing. Snap! Chai! Sit up and do chai. How dare these senators talk about my oga like that? Look at this respect. Wait, are they implying that my president has not been doing the right thing? Let me continue. We will resume and adjourn every day without treating any serious issue. Haba! We won't touch the 2015 budget. Hey! But we will revive anything that we had already suppressed in the past in order to favor Jonathan. Hey! My people! Are you seeing what I'm saying? Wearing my glasses? No, I don't have it. Are you seeing what I'm saying? These people have been suppressing some very important legislation because of Mr. President. Like that $9.3 million that was smuggled by the federal government into South Africa. Remember that the PDP senators were allegedly paid $20,000 each to suppress that case, to chop and claim out. And many of these people will still go to the church and the mosque to pray. See me say trouble. Let me go on. We will be in sympathy with the Speaker of the House of Reps, Aminu Tambuwa. It is a lie. Since when do these PDP senators care about the Speaker? You guys know that the Speaker switched to APC, right? But you know, as much as I don't like how these politicians are switching from party to party every day, which some people would call party adultery or party fornication, I don't like it. Still, it's a free world. In a democratic country, people should be able to choose the party they want to be part of. But not in Nigeria. Mr. President withdrew Tambuwa's security 2 days, just 2 days after the man defected. I said, Haba, my oga in Nigeria. I told you before that I'm on speed dial. You should always call me before making decisions like this, because people are talking. They're saying all kinds of things. They've been saying, is it by force to be a member of your party? Because right now you are starting to act like Tokpe. You know now, Tokpe primary school. Hey, that boy. He will always tell me, Adeola, if you don't be my friend, I will not give you my Oken biscuit. That thing used to pay me. And then I would tell him, Tokpe, I don't want to be your friend. No, I don't want to be your friend. And I will tell my daddy to buy me Oken biscuit. And he will buy me too. And my daddy will always buy me Oken biscuit, you know? Yes. So you're starting to act like Tokman, and this is not primary school, The man is number 4 in the country after Mr. President, the Vice President, and the Senate President. This man is number 4, yet you withdrew his security. Like seriously? Is that even constitutional? But to be honest though, I don't think that these PDP senators threatened to impeach my president just because of how much they love the Speaker. None of us is sure of returning to the Senate. They are starting to talk. Shh. Because the president has given the governors the go-ahead to anoint those who would get the ticket for the national and state houses of assembly seats. See, I told you. Hey, if the special grace which the president extended to the governors to choose their successors is not extended to the senators, we will commence an impeachment proceedings against him. Bingo! Didn't I tell you? Now we are talking. So this is what the whole drama is about. It's all about protecting their interest. It's not like they are trying to impeach the president for not doing well by the people. All the shakara is to protect their own interest. Kai, there is God, so there is God. I'm sure that by now you've all heard that Mr. President had a deal with the PDP governors before they made him the only presidential candidate. The deal is whoever wants the second term among the governors automatically gets it, even if the people of his state don't want him anymore. Also, whoever wants to be a senator among the PDP governors automatically gets it. Don't forget that this is supposedly a democratic country. That means the PDP senators that are there right now could be vamoose anytime. It's not that they won't contest, but you know the governors have more money and they are being backed by the presidency. But should the president be promising people seats without election in a democratic country? Another part of the deal is that the outgoing governors get to choose their successor. Yeah, so which means they won't choose someone that would investigate or arrest them when they leave for all the money that they've embezzled. In fact, they would rather choose someone that they can control. So they all agree that there will be no primaries in PDP. Just imagine that happening in America for the Democratic Party to say, no, only Hillary Clinton. We won't have anybody against her in the primaries. Yeah? Is that how democracy works? You know, I pity you, my Oga, you know, for the dilemma in which you find yourself. There is God. But you know, in case of another time, maybe you should have done this whole thing in a democratic way. If you had allowed primary elections, you wouldn't owe anybody any favor. The governors and the senators, it doesn't mean you won't win. If you would win, you would win. So all those who wanted to run against Mr. President in PDP, the party refused to let them buy nomination forms. So after the senators threatened Mr. President with impeachment, guess what he did? He broke his word with the governors. And then he promised the senators 40 automatic seats in 2015. I said, Yawa don't gas. Unfortunately for the governors, they can no longer sell nomination forms for any possible candidate that wants to run against Mr. President in PDP. It has already closed. Now they feel betrayed. And you know that without the governor's support, you know, sometimes it may be a little bit hard to win an election.
Some senators are now saying he didn't promise them any 40 automatic seats. So, okay, I'm really confused right now. But
however you choose to handle this, to me it looks like a lose-lose situation, because you can't please the senators if you are pleasing the governors. You can't please the governors if you please the senators. See why I said that there is fire on the mountain? You know me, I'm just watching. As for the senators, you know, it's very interesting to see you guys waking up, because you've been enjoying the ride this whole time, acting as if you're not aware of so many atrocities going on in the country. Now that the game is switched over, you started doing shakara. That is how you always say you will impeach a president. We are yet to see you impeach any president. I knew the whole thing was shakara now. Where have you been all this while? The federal government removed subsidy. All you did then was release a statement that, oh, we reject the subsidy. Did you compel the federal government to do what is right by the people? Till today, did you compel NNPC to reproduce that $6.8 billion? And $49 billion went missing this year. Later they said it's only $20 billion. Did you guys push the federal government or the finance ministry to be accountable? More than 200 girls were kidnapped. Nothing was done. The federal government refused to negotiate with Boko Haram at that time. Did you do anything? Even though the parents of the girls came to the Senate begging and crying that you guys should do something, you did not. $9 million was smuggled into South Africa. The federal government allegedly gave you guys $20,000 each, and you all acted as if you didn't see it. More than 13,000 people have been killed in Nigeria because of this government's incompetency. What did you do about it? And you are the highest paid senators in the whole world. Each one of you gets $1 million. $1 million. Here in America, the senators get $187,000 per year. Per year, $187,000. But now that your job is being jeopardized, suddenly you realized you have power. Enough power to impeach the president. I said, Kai, hey, I wish I know how to laugh in English. I would say, like I said, the drama has just started, and me, I'll just be watching from afar, because you guys know that I don't gossip. God forbid. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So while the people of Burkina Faso got rid of their dictator, I can't believe that some of my Gambian people actually showed up for the celebration of Yahya Jammeh's 20th year. 20th year in power.
Yes! Say yes! Yahya Jammeh! Yahya Jammeh!
Take it easy now, my brother. You don't have to scream like that. Really, what are these people celebrating? Can you imagine? If he's been doing well for his people, I won't have issues. But this man has been ruling the Gambia like his personal estate for the last 20 years. He appoints and fires people anyhow. He kills people anyhow, including students that were protesting, and about 40 Ghanaians. People are still disappearing without a trace in the Gambia. If they say something against the president, freedom of expression are shrinking by the day, while he continues to claim he has supernatural power to heal diseases, doing exorcism for women in his living room. Is that part of your job description as a president? Of course, I know that some people defend him that he's not a dictator, but what about when he came to the US 3 months ago in Washington, D.C., and he ordered his men to beat up protesters on American soil? And if he can do that here in America, please don't tell me that he doesn't do that in his own country. And looking at the pictures, looking at the video, I know that this year the stadium was not as filled up as previous years, yet I can't believe all the people that showed up to support this man, acting like they're happy that they've had the same president for the past 20 years. This is why dictators continue to reign in Africa, because some people still support them. In fact, there are people that will die for dictators in Africa. Can you imagine? So guess what? He paid $1 million, $1 million to bring in an Indian public speaker on the subject of Islam, that is Dr. Zakir Naik. And the man spoke for 3 days during his 20th anniversary. First of all, a lot of Gambians were upset. They wrote the man not to come. The man came. Now this is Mr. President asking questions during one of the lectures.
Is it also unlawful in Islam to marry a woman that is not a virgin, but still is not married to anybody?
Really? Should you marry someone who is not a virgin? What is it with some African leaders and marrying virgins? Remember Swazi King? That one went as far as promising to give these girls $18 per month. What is it with some African dictators and marrying virgins? Yahya Jammeh, is that supposed to be your priority right now? When there are so many national issues you're supposed to tackle. If you listen to all the questions that he asked during the lecture, I was like, please don't tell me there are no imams in the Gambia that can answer all these questions. Meanwhile, as Mr. President is giving out $1 million to the guest speaker, he also invited Nollywood celebrities. Wow. Anyway, you know they didn't just go to the Gambia. Of course, he will settle them. Meanwhile, the nation's domestic debt has risen to $13 billion. 13 billion. How much is that in dollars? Thank you very much. See what I'm saying? What else are Gambians waiting for now? Before they will have their own revolution. Do you need a sign? You need a sign from above? And don't worry. Very soon, the sign will catch up with you now, because you will start to feel it on your dining tables. When the price of bread increases and the price of everything else increases, you will understand what we're talking about. Yeah, so you see what are we? This is not the photo that I asked you to put up. My people, that was Yahya Jammeh when he was nobody. But this is not the photo that I asked you to put up. Put up the look at Yahya Jammeh when he was nobody. Now wow. But I will put up the photo that I asked you to put up, Jari. Yes, thank you very much. Take a good look, my people. These are African presidents that have been in power for 2 decades and more. Yes, 2 decades and more. You can now take out Burkina Faso. Thank you very much. He was actually there for 27 years. Yes, you can take him out now. Thank you. And speaking of Burkina Faso, I heard that Nigerian president ran over to Burkina Faso to help with the crisis. I don't fit laugh. This time around, I just laughed in Yoruba. I said, nobody is saying that Mr. President shouldn't go to Burkina Faso. I know it's part of his duties as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yeah, he has to be part of it, especially because, they say that we are the giant of Africa. But at the same time, charity begins from home now, my people. More than 13,000 people have died in Nigeria. What other crisis is more than that? How many people died in Burkina Faso? About 15 people. May their souls rest in peace. How can you now live here? Don't get me upset. All I know is if someone is celebrating the fact that he's been president for 20 years and he filled up a stadium, I mean, he's actually celebrating it. Stop it, my friend. That thing is irritating me. Shouting as if somebody is after your life. Anyway, all I'm saying is if someone is celebrating being in power for 20 years, it doesn't look to me like the person is thinking about leaving anytime soon. But what do I know? You guys I don't know anything. I'm just keeping it real. Before I read emails today, I got a lot of emails from people that were concerned about last week's show that was really late. We had major technical difficulty and had to redo so many things. But thank you so much, all the people that reached out to know if everything was okay. Thank you very much. And our first email today is from Ayana Mesfin Geda, and she says she's 10-year-old. Hi, thank you for writing. And she says, hi Adeola, this letter I'm sending to you, I already sent it to President Barack Obama, but he's yet to reply me. Oh, this must be good. Let's see what the letter says. Dear President Barack Obama, I'm Ayana Geda from Centennial, Colorado. I'm originally from Ethiopia. Does that sound familiar? Ethiopians all over the world have also been waiting on you. However, you've ignored our cries for help as Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn kills our families and he's destroying the meaning of democracy in Ethiopia. I'm asking you one last time before I give up on you. Please, oh please, free Ethiopia from corruption. Wow, that's a 10-year-old girl? What? If you're wondering about what you could do, then you haven't been listening to the protesters outside your windows. You can simply talk to the Prime Minister, but he would lie. They are planning a fake election in May in order to trick the countries that are getting suspicious. But if you stop following Desalegn and his minions, they will lose power. Convince other country leaders to stop too. That way the Ethiopian government will lose power and Ethiopians will be as free as Burkina Faso is. Wow. The letter is quite long, so I won't be able to read everything, but that is the summary of what this little girl said. For those who may want to read the whole thing, I already posted it on my Facebook fan page. Make sure you check it out. This girl has a lot of important messages for President Barack Obama, and I really hope that the White House is listening. Thank you so much, Ayana, for sending the letter. I really appreciate this, and I'm hoping that the White House will do something about this, your letter. It's time. It's time for America to do something about what's going on in Ethiopia. Our next email is from Joshua Domoye, and this person says, "Hi Adeola, I just wanted to thank you for a great job. I find it extremely and absolutely informative. Keep it up, girl. Alagba from London." Oh, thank you so much, Alagba. Thank you. Our next email is from Muazzam Saliu, and he says, "Hi Adeola, it's heartbreaking to see you make a political analysis of the candidatureship of Jonathan, Atiku, and Buhari without talking about Kwankwaso. The man held and still holds different political offices that would enable you to go through his past and his present Kano State governorship conduct so that you would predict his future political role if he is voted into presidential office in 2015. Please endeavor to keep it real as usual." Mr. Muazzam, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend anyone. It's just that I only talked about the people that had declared for presidency at the time that I did the analysis. That was Buhari, Atiku, and I already knew that Jonathan would be the only PDP candidate. That's why I talked about those people at that time. But like I said in that episode, there are so many people that declared that it's going to be really hard for me to go through all the candidates. Right now, so many things are happening very fast, and I'm just waiting to see what eventually happens. And to be honest with you, the last episode that I did, I got a lot of messages from people accusing me of campaigning for candidates and stuff like that. I found that really shocking because here in the US, when election is coming, the normal thing the media will do is take a critical look at all the candidates, their past especially, and whatever they are doing presently. So that was what I was doing, and trust me, it was a lot of work doing that. But right now, so many people are declaring the speaker defected to APC. There are rumors that he may also declare. That I just have to sit back and see how everything goes before I can do another analysis. And to be honest with you, I can't promise you that I will do another analysis because after the last one I did, a lot of people thought I was campaigning for candidates. But I also think that the media in Nigeria should do more of that, especially when elections are coming. They should take a critical look and do an analysis of all the candidates that are campaigning. So I may still talk about other candidates, including Governor Kwankwaso, but I cannot make a promise, so please don't feel disappointed. Alright guys, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.